I am Ray, and I am here to save you a lifetime of misery. You see, I struggled for many years with suffering and depression. Every day it was a struggle to get up out of bed. I had no desire to do anything, to even live at all, because every little task was like trying to climb a great mountain. And things seemed hopeless. I continuously thought to myself, well, what's the point? Why even bother with this whole life thing? As Shakespeare said, to be or not to be, that is the question. You see, what I was ignorant about during that time was why my life was so miserable in the first place. And you see, the fundamental reason was that I was too focused on my own self. I was focused on my own suffering, on my own pain. And we will always get more of that which we focus on. You see, I would struggle with negative thoughts, negative attitudes toward life, negative beliefs even. And the more I struggled and wrestled with all of this negativity, the more it continued to drain me of my life, of my energy. And so day by day, slowly, a deep downward spiral. And once you're in this deep downward spiral, it can be very difficult to get out. Like a black hole, like the whole weight of the world is on your shoulders, and you just can't seem to escape. What I've learned now is that the mind creates our reality. We create more of that which we focus on. So the more I focused on negativity, on my problems, on my suffering, on my struggle, the more I created of these things. So is it of any surprise that I was miserable? No. But of course, we cannot see these things while we are in the midst of that suffering. Only looking back can we learn and realize the error in our ways. So the first step is to begin being aware of where you allow your attention to go. Oftentimes, we unconsciously ruminate on negativity and we don't even realize that we're doing it. And I know this because I hear people all the time. They do this and they don't seem to realize that they are doing it. So we have to wake up out of this negative hypnosis, or else we continually dive deeper into this hell. You see, fighting the darkness is like throwing punches in a dark room and expecting something to happen, when all we have to do is simply turn on the lights. And what this means is that instead of allowing ourselves to focus on the darkness, on the negativity, on the problems, on the suffering, we begin to turn our attention toward the light. As it is said, the mind can make a heaven out of hell or a hell out of heaven. If you have 99 things going right in your life, but you focus on the one thing going wrong, you will pull down and destroy every good thing in your life. But if you have 99 things going wrong and you begin to shift your focus to the one thing that is going right, you can pull yourself out of any difficult situation, any troubling experiences. But first, we have to be aware of where we allow our attention to drift, and then we have to consciously make an effort to break the habit of negative thinking, of allowing our focus to unconsciously and automatically drift toward negativity. And if we can be aware and catch ourselves ruminating upon negativity, we can break the momentum. We can stop that negative train of thoughts before it picks up speed and we can't do anything about it. We prevent our negative thoughts from snowballing out of control because we are in this unconscious hypnosis. And so we have to continuously wake ourselves up out of it. And then we begin to build a new habit of changing our focus, changing the way we think, changing our attitudes toward life, changing the ways that we react to our experiences. Because the question is, well, do you want to live a good life? Do you want to live a better life, or do you want to suffer? And you see, when you get clear on this, then every time you find yourself ruminating upon negativity, well, you are faced with this question. You have to make a choice. Do I want to continue living in misery, or do I want to be free? And if you want to be free, you have no choice. You cannot allow yourself to tolerate negative mind garbage, negative thinking, negative attitudes, negative reactions to your experiences. And this is nothing but a habit to take a stand for yourself and say, no, I will no longer tolerate my own nonsense. I will make the choice to be aware of where I allow my attention to drift. And I will do my best to consciously shift my attention from the darkness to the light. I will try my best to focus on the one thing going right in my life. And oftentimes there are many, many things that are going right in our life. But for whatever reason, we tend to focus on what is negative, on what is wrong. And so we allow the fear in, and this fear ruins our life. Step by step, day by day, you are able to break the habit of negative thinking, of focusing on what is negative, and build the habit of focusing on what is good. And in this alone, you create the best possible life for yourself. Every day we have two buckets, the negative bucket and the positive bucket. The negative bucket represents our worst life, and the positive bucket represents our best. And every moment we're casting our votes in the negative bucket or the positive bucket. Now, you don't have to be so hard on yourself. You don't have to get so crazy with it. It's just about being more aware, living consciously. I am Ray. I wish you much luck on your journey. Much peace and many blessings.